found out that I was pregnant on a Wednesday. By Friday, I was already bleeding, which therefore, because it's 9 years of trying and then finally you get a positive. But when the bleeding started, it really looked like a normal menses, which is why I told my husband, oh, I don't think I'm pregnant because it looks like menses has come. Again, when you don't have people around you that speak up on such things, you know, you don't know. Now I know better, oh, this is what happened. So nobody talked about miscarriage, nobody talked about that. So with what I thought was menses, only to find out on the next day, on Saturday, that I was again going through much contraction, which felt like normal menses, what we call cramps. So I thought, oh no, I'm having cramps, so it must be just menses. But this kind of cramps I've never experienced before. But now when I hear other women who are going through childbirth, it's basically contractions trying to help to expel the sac. It was very difficult because we didn't understand. I was still carrying on my normal, trying to do the laundry until I felt, oh, this is a bit odd, so I better go back to rest. Told my husband, he said a prayer for me, and within minutes, everything just cleared. I had to go to the washroom. So contractions came. Of course, I've never seen this before, ma. So like, oh dear, something fell off, you know. Yeah. And I was shouting at my husband, saying, something has come out. I don't know what it is. But it sure looked like a big blood clot, you know, like most of us go through. But this is bigger than normal. And then my husband said, I think you've just gone through a miscarriage. Then I'm like, no, you know, really? My emotions not so terror like some, like the cry. I just, everything was in shock. Everything was just, huh? What's going on? Is it really? Is it just a blood? What is it? Is it a miscarriage? I think I just had a plethora of shock more than anything else, and then come to realization, oh, maybe I was pregnant kind of situation. So yeah, with that, everything just very naturally expelled out, and I had to quickly get to a gynae. So I spoke to my mom, and she said, oh wow, better find a gynae. And a good friend just recommended her gynae, like she gave birth many years ago, and then she gave me this gynae in this hospital, and it really matters what kind of gynae you go to. Oh my word. Oh, there can be 100 gynaes, but you really need a very kind and patient gynae, whether male or female, it doesn't matter. It just takes someone who is a little bit more understanding and has good bedside manners, so that it will help the poor shocked person go through it with some idea what they're going through. Because I didn't have the kind of emotions that, oh, I'm a mother, I'm losing kid. No, I'm just like, what's happening? That is how either ignorant or naive I was. So we went to see a gynae, very kindly got me a booking right immediately, went in, and like I said, it was just the worst experience for me to go through all the checkups without being told beforehand what this gynae was going to do. So I was already in pain, no major pain. I think, thank God for a natural miscarriage that happens naturally. It's just like giving birth. So the whole experience like you're giving birth. Contractions, you give birth, done. So you're all right, no? You can keep walking, you're fine. But I think your emotional, your psyche is the one that's going through a roller coaster. Just thinking, what's going on? So he did the test and he tried to show me, see, this is where your sac was, it's gone. I have no idea where the sac is. He doesn't even take the time to tell me where it is. Right? Yeah, on the screen. I'm like which one?
Lots of stuff going on.
Oh my gosh,
it's just black.
No idea. And this guy didn't even call my husband in to explain. He's standing outside the curtain. I'm suffering here with this testing because the whole ultrasound is just another ball game lah. For me, it's just terrible. So I'm like, okay, whatever, does whatever checks. This particular gynae was just not very nice. Everything was a shock to me. Every check he did, and my husband standing outside thinking what's going on. So we're done with the check, he just says, yeah. So he said, I have to do this particular vaginal scan because I need to know if you actually had an actual pregnancy because people could have a fallopian, what do you call that? There's a special name, ectopic pregnancy, which is the sac is on the fallopian tube. It never actually came down to the uterus. So he said, I need to do this check to make sure you actually had a pregnancy. So he checks it and he says, yep, you had a pregnancy. Very kind of you. Okay, I'm still lost. So he sits down and then tries to explain, but he had a really bored face because I'm asking questions from zero knowledge. Like, will I be pregnant again? Can this happen? What's all this? You know, because nobody talked about it. Nobody in my whole friendship, and nobody talks about it. Although a lot of people have gone through it. They don't tell you their emotional situation. They don't tell you what are the practical things. So he just says, yeah, it happens. You better try because you're really old. I'm not that old. I don't know. I mean, late 30s, that doesn't mean it's zero. You know, people still have kids over 40s. Come on. Yeah. So I think the way his approach was not the best to help you, help you cope with what you're actually going through. Yeah. So he just says, Dada, done, go back and quickly try to have a kid again because, you can lah. And what he said that really, well, I can say a lot of things can go in your mind. What he said to me was, first question he asked was, did you take any, those hormone tablets that help you have baby? What do you call it? Yeah. So the doctors have fertility tablets to let you, so that it helps you have a child. And I'm like, no. So natural lah. I'm like, yeah. Wow, so old already.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, yeah. So to me, it's like, there's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that throughout this time is there's nothing wrong with me because the fact that I can conceive just nullifies everything that everybody else had to say, that you can't have a child, you are old, there's complications. He said it was surprising that I even conceived at my age without any help. Yeah. So I thought, okay, thank you for that information, but not very kind with all your other bedside manners to help you cope with this. Yeah. The other thing that although he was, chop his answer, I guess what he explained, and I take it as it is, that's how our body functions. Naturally, when it detects something that's not working right, it will naturally expel because it won't help you. Yeah. So I took it as a dad as well, as okay, fine. Now knowing that how our bodies are made is a wonderful creation. It's a God-given creation, and it is able to give you signals, just as it was trying to give me signals 2 months ahead that I was not normal already. That means I was pregnant. It was trying to tell you, but nobody said this is how a pregnant woman will feel. Tiredness, going to toilet all the time, just running to toilet all the time. So you have no one to say to you. I took all these things that he said as just very hopeful. For me, it was just very hopeful. I didn't go home thinking, man, I failed. I didn't have those first initial thoughts lah. Yeah. I think what helped was I went to see a second gynae, a gynae that I had actually wanted to see earlier, but he was on leave. So I've never had a gynae before, so this was a recommended gynae. And I went all the way to KL and went to meet this gynae, and wow, day and night, day and night, this guy just so kind and prepared me for my ultrasound check and didn't have to do certain things and showed me where everything was. This is the sac, this is where it was, this is, this is part of your other organs. Or at least I could see, my husband could see, so gentle, took the time to explain. Wow, put so much peace in your heart. And then I also say, hey, but I did another pregnancy test kit. Hey, I'm positive again. He says, oh, that's because you've got the pregnancy hormone still alive in you. So that's why it is possible for you to, conceive again quickly lah, because it's all come alive now after 9 years. So I'm like, okay. So really, a good gynae makes a world of difference.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we are convinced that a good right gynae is key.
Yes.
For all those watching out there, it's good, never too early, I guess, to start searching, asking people, asking around. And if they don't know and they know us, then ask us, right? Because the three ladies here know good ones.